Alright, in this video we'll show you how to do a quick skin retouching after you've retouched your image using your various clone stamp and healing brush tools. What we're going to do is take both of those layers. You can see both of these. I'm just going to hold shift down and select both and then drag them to this icon here and copy a new one. Because what I want to do is make sure that I save these two layers just in case I need to go back to my original. But I want to merge the retouched layer with this background copy. And so what I'm going to do now is flatten those images. So we're going to merge the two visible. And so it'll merge the two that have those eyeballs visible. So now that's one of those. Merged copy, so we have our retouching image. And now I'm going to copy that one more time and then double click there and name that blur. So what we do now is select this blur layer. I'm going to go up to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. And with this I'm going to just blur everything out. What I want to do is basically destroy any skin textures. So with this image it looks like it might be in the 12 to 15 range or so. We'll try 13, see how that does. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mask off the blurry layer to reveal the sharp layer underneath it. So to do that I'm going to hold my Option key down, and when I add a layer mask, that will fill that layer mask with black, which will conceal everything on this layer. So that's that way to make that. And then I'm going to use my brush tool and I'm going to paint with white. I'm going to make my brush a little bit bigger using my bracket key. And I just want to paint in the area here on the skin. Now this is going to make the skin way too plastic. And you'll notice that even more if we zoom in on it. Probably should get a little bit of a softer edge on that. Change the hardness of that brush. I went too far a little bit there, so let's bring that back. So what this is doing is just really obliterating all of the detail on the skin. And then what we'll do is we'll pull this back, because as you'll see it is way too sharp. They're way too blurry, way too plastic and fake. So we want to keep kind of the lips and hair and nose sharp, as well as the eyes. Alright, so as we zoom in you can see at 100% or even more, it's super plasticky. So what I'm going to do now is see if I've missed a few spots. But the idea is to bring some of that texture back. So if I go to my opacity on my layer, I can slowly slide this back in and out. So the idea is to go from too much retouching and then just bring back enough detail to where it looks like it improves the quality of the skin but doesn't totally obliterate the texture. And you can kind of see where that goes. So that feels appropriate for this image, but you can kind of see where it goes for yours. But that's a simple way of just kind of smoothing out the skin using a blur layer.